All right, so are you ready for this? Let's deep dive into some Japanese celebrity news, because today we are taking a look at the announcement that Hiro, the vocalist from my first story, is marrying actress Moka Yamamoto.
Wow.
Yeah. And you might be thinking, okay, so a musician and an actress deciding to tie the knot. What's new?
Right.
But with these two, it's never that simple.
It is not.
Because we've got the articles right here. And let me tell you, this is juicy. This is like a big, old, layered milk crepe cake.
This is not your average everyday celebrity couple?
No.
Both Hiro and Moka have a very interesting past.
Yes.
Full of all kinds of relationships in the public eye and just unexpected twists and turns.
So, just like setting the scene here.
Yeah.
The news broke on Instagram on October 13th, 2024. And how did they announce it? We got married.
Simple.
Straightforward.
To the point.
With a picture, and oh my goodness, they just look ecstatic.
Yeah.
But they did follow up with a statement.
Okay.
Talking about, supporting each other, building a family, all that good stuff.
Yeah, sounds like your standard newlywed bliss.
Right. But here's the thing.
What?
This wasn't just like a bolt out of the blue.
No.
These two, there's been like a whisper campaign going on for years.
Years. There's been rumors swirling around these two for a while.
For a while. This is like a weekly drama unfolding, like one of those magazines you pick up at the grocery store. But let's rewind all the way back to January of 2022.
Okay.
When they were spotted at Tokyo Disney-Sea.
At the happiest place on earth.
Together. Looking very cozy. 2 other band members were there as well.
Okay.
And eyewitnesses said that they were just inseparable.
And this is where it gets a little messy.
Yes, it does.
A few months after the sighting at Disney-Sea, Moka goes on a variety show, shares some pictures with Hiro, even calls him Buddy Hiroki.
Buddy
Hiroki, but vehemently denies that they are romantically involved in any way.
And then what happens?
And then Hiro doubles down and confirms it and says, we were not dating at that time.
At that time.
At that time.
So the question is, when did their stars align romantically? And what were they hiding?
Ooh.
Because, and this is the kicker at the time, Moka was still involved with actor Kentaro Ito.
Yes, yes.
They met on the set of, get this, From Today, It's My Turn.
Of course.
Back in 2019. Became a pretty high-profile couple.
Yeah.
But they kept things pretty private.
As many celebrity couples do.
Until we get to 2020.
Oh, boy, here we go.
And Kentaro is arrested for a hit and run.
Yeah.
Which, very serious in itself. But then it just kind of cracked open this door to even more allegations against him.
Allegations that nobody saw coming.
This is the part where, honestly, my jaw hit the floor. Suddenly, we've got accusations of sexual DV, coercion to have an abortion. This is from a former girlfriend. Now, Kentaro's agency denied the claims, but they never really addressed them directly, which is honestly even more disturbing.
It really makes you think about Moka's situation. Whether she knew about these allegations or not, it really shows that there's more to this relationship than we see on the surface. It's very complex.
Totally. They did break up after the arrest. They got back together briefly.
Oh, really?
And then they ended things for good in the spring of 2024.
Wow.
But you almost wonder how much all of that drama, how much that whole period really affected her.
Yeah.
Did it influence her decision to move on with somebody like Hiro?
Especially because their dating histories are polar opposites.
Yes, completely different.
Moka's had this one very serious long-term relationship. Hiro is known for shorter flings.
Yeah. And a few alleged, shall we say...
indiscretions.
Yes, let's call them indiscretions.
Right.
Because in 2022 alone, he was linked to, are you ready for this, gravure idol, Yume Hayashi, and former AKB48 member Hijiri Tanakawa, potentially at the same time. And then, let's not forget, early 2023, he goes on a movie and yakiniku date with actress Ryo Chida.
Okay.
And then they were seen going back to his apartment. But that kind of fizzled out by the fall.
Yeah, sources say that he found her too much for him.
Which is just, I mean, think about that.
I know.
If Hiro, with his reputation, found this woman too much, what does that say about what he's looking for?
Exactly.
Is this a sign that he's ready to settle down? He's ready for something more serious with someone like Moka? Or is this just another notch on Hiro's bedpost? What's going on here?
It's the question on everybody's mind.
I need answers.
But before we get ahead of ourselves,
okay,
we have to look at Hiro's past. What's interesting is that he's never actually addressed any of this publicly.
Right.
But his actions, or at least what's been reported, kind of show us somebody who maybe wasn't ready to settle down.
It's like we're trying to listen, you know, like when a song changes keys. And there's that little...
modulation.
Yes, that little tell, and you're like, ooh, something's about to happen.
Yeah.
Because here's Hiro, Mr. I Play the Field, suddenly saying, I'm marrying Mocha, who herself is coming out of this relationship that was serious long-term but had its own baggage.
Right, and that's where this idea of genba couples comes in, especially in Japanese entertainment.
Okay, give me a little background on that, because I'm not sure I totally get it.
So basically, it's a term for couples that get together on set.
Okay.
Because they're filming a project, things are really intense, they're spending a lot of time together.
Makes sense.
And it can be really genuine.
Yeah.
But obviously, there's a ton of public attention on them.
Oh, for sure.
Especially, in Japanese society where there's this expectation that they're gonna be these perfect figures.
So it's not just them, it's how people see them. What's the story that's getting put out there?
Exactly. And that's what makes these Instagram posts so interesting. Even though they're just like these simple announcements, it's like they're taking control of their own story.
Yes. I love that.
Mocha's talking about how supportive Hiro is, which makes sense given her past, right?
Totally.
And she even talks about how much she likes cooking for him.
Yeah.
So it's like those little domestic moments.
It's very homey. It's very different from what we've seen from both of them.
It's like they're saying, this is different. We're serious. Exactly. And then Hiro, he says this thing that really stood out to me. He's like, finding someone to build a family with is so rare, it's almost a miracle. And, for somebody who is all about these flings,
right,
that's a big statement.
It sounds like he was looking for something more this whole time.
Yeah.
He just didn't know it. Do you think that's possible? All these other relationships, even the messy ones, they kind of led him here.
Yeah, I mean, it's impossible to know for sure.
Right.
But it makes you wonder, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it took him making those mistakes to figure out what's important.
To know what he actually wants.
Exactly, like a stable relationship, maybe even kids.
The whole dream.
Right. But there's another way to look at it, too.
Okay.
What if this is just another phase for Hiro? It's a big gesture, but will it fizzle out like the others? That's the thing we don't know.
It's like we think we know these people, right?
Right.
We see them on our screens and we see the headlines, but it's these little peeks behind the curtain. That's where things get interesting.
Absolutely. And for Hiro and Mocha, I mean, they've both had to deal with so much public attention.
So much.
People judging their every move. So for them to come out and share something, like getting married, that's huge.
Feels different.
It's like they're saying, this is our truth. We're taking back our story.
Yes. Especially in an industry where
everyone's trying to tell your story for you.
Exactly.
And especially in Japan, privacy is such a big deal there.
Oh, yeah.
Way more than in the West, I think. Like, as a celebrity, you're supposed to be this perfect image all the time. It's got to be a lot of pressure.
No kidding. So by being honest about their relationship...
They're basically saying, we're not playing that game.
Which is huge.
It could change everything about how we see celebrity couples.
It's like they're rewriting the rules as they go.
Yeah.
Especially because, let's be real, look at their history. Nobody saw this coming.
Not at all, which I think is why it's so interesting. You expect them to follow the same patterns.
You think you've got them all figured out.
Exactly. But here they are changing everything. It really makes you think people can change.
They can grow.
Even when you least expect it.
I love that. And that's a good lesson for all of us, right? Not just for celebrities.
Absolutely. It gives you hope.
It does. So to our listener, I leave you with this. Will this be the chapter where Hiro and Mocha finally rewrite their own stories?
Yeah.
Will this last? Who knows? But one thing's for sure. It's going to be fun to watch.
I'll be watching.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, into this whole world of Japanese celebrity. It's crazy out there.
Yeah.
Until next time, remember, always more to the story.